Oh my God, let's have a moment for Howard Lutnick and just how smart he is. Because he's smart. He's a smarty pants. Hello everybody, welcome to Can We Have a Moment? I am your host, Adam Carroll, and today we're going to be talking about Howard Lutnick. And yes, I am fully aware that that is not his actual last name, but when you're a pedophile protector, I don't really give a fuck. I really don't. So if you don't know who Howard Lutnick is, he is the Commerce Secretary in the Trump administration. So he has like a pretty important job. It has to do with like the economy and money and shit. It's pretty important. So anyways, a couple of months ago or last year sometime, he was on a podcast and he was talking about his relationship, his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. And he was very adamant about having, you know, barely any kind of a relationship with Epstein, even though he lived right next door to him. That part was weird. Anyways, here is a clip of Howard talking on the podcast.
Massage table in the middle of your house? How often you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he like gets like weirdly close to me.
Ooh.
And he says, and the right kind of massage.
Ooh.
Now my wife is standing here. So she looks at me and I look at her and we say, I'm sorry, we have to go. And we left. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
Really?
So I was never in the room with him.
Okay, so I fully remember when this happened. Not that it happened that long ago, but I fully remember. And I feel like the entire world, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering it, but I just feel like the entire world was like applauding this guy. Like, oh, you were in a creepy man's house and you saw there was creepy shit and he was creepy and you got the heck out of Dodge and you never went back. And good for you. Good for you. Like, we all applauded it. Well, the Epstein files, well, they said something else. I just don't understand why they lie. What's the point of lying? Like, did you think your emails weren't going to show up? The files showed that Howard Lutnick, and his wife, Allison, went with, I guess, another family friends. They were all on vacation together, I guess, and they went to Jeffrey's Island for lunch. And this was in 2012, and Jeffrey Epstein was convicted in 2008. So everyone knew at this point that he was a pedophile. And not just a pedophile, right? Like, I feel like we knew at that point that he was a child rapist. Like, I understand that pedophile is, like, the good, you know, insult to use, and it's great. But, like, this guy was not just a pedophile. He was a human trafficker, a child trafficker, and a child rapist. I just went off on a little rant. I'm sorry. They were talking about it today on The View, and it got me worked up a little bit.
Is there anything worse than being a pedophile?
No.
There's nothing worse.
No.
If you are accused of raping a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, whatever,
it's the worst.
There is nothing worse than that. In fact, I believe in the death penalty for some of these people.
Well, and since the pedophile is dead, covering up for that pedophile,
the whole thing,
even after his death.
There's nothing worse than that.
Because you're killing a child.
Of course they're going to cover for each other. Yeah. Of course they're going to lie. Well, because once that gets out, they are finished.
Anyways, here is a clip of Howard, good old Howard, talking about going to Epstein Island, there we go, in 2012 with his kids and his wife and his nannies. Here's a clip of that.
I think you understand the root of concern here. It's the way you described very emphatically your first encounter with him in his apartment, said you were disgusted, would never have any contact with him again. Did you, in fact, make the visit to Jeffrey Epstein's private island?
I did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies. I had another couple they were there as well with their children, and we had lunch on the island. That is true, for an hour, and we left with all of my children, with my nannies and my wife, all together. We were on family vacation. We were not apart. To suggest there was anything untoward about that in 2012, I don't recall why we did it, but
Mr. Secretary, again, as I said, there.
I just feel like people are focusing on the wrong part of this. We're talking about it on The View today, and they really got stuck on this nanny thing. I'm more stuck on the fact that Allison Nutlick was the one that arranged it. I don't know why that's so more just like, men are stupid. Men are dumb. Like, they're just idiots. Like, I totally can see Howard just walking into that situation, but it was his wife. So I'm going to read some, USA Today did a big article on the email, and I'm going to read you some of the email that she wrote. So this is Allison Nutlick, introduces Lutnick's wife in an email to Epstein's assistant. "We'll be coming from the Canal Bay in the morning. We are a crowd. 2 families each with 4 kids ranging in ages from 7 to 16. 2 boys and 2 girls. I hope that's okay." Again, this is after 2008, and you're bringing your children, and like, maybe it doesn't, maybe she didn't mean it to sound like this, but it sounds like it. It sounds like you used your kids as bait to get to the island. It's weird. And like, I guess the other family was on board. Did they know who he was? Like, I just, wow. And they went to lunch around 1:30 for lunch. Oh, and also, just in case you don't know who Allison is, totally forgot to mention this, she currently serves on the board of the Trump Kennedy Center, also just known as the fucking Kennedy Center. And they went on December 23rd. Nothing says Merry Christmas like a dash of pedophilia. Like, what? And just the fact that after he first met him, he and his wife decided this man was gross and we were gonna stay away from him. And that was in 2005. They did not stay away from him. And, like, that's just what happens to be in the emails. God only knows what, like, hey, huge, what actually kind of, like, went down over time, I guess. Anyways, guys, I just needed to rant about that and talk about that because that blows my mind. And I feel like all the attention is going to go on him, which rightfully so, you are the father, but oh my God. It just kind of blows my mind that she was the one who orchestrated the holiday. Some people just shouldn't be allowed to have kids. What are you doing, man? Anyways, guys, thanks for taking a moment with me today to talk about how the fall of America is just... I just think my mind is blown. Every day is a surprise. Every day is a nightmare. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please thumbs it up. Make sure you're subscribing. And we'll see you next time.